In 2040, Ryudo Mizuhara is cryogenically frozen after he contracts multiple sclerosis. 5 years later, Ryudo is cured and revived by Mira Suo. Mira explains that 4 years ago, the male killer virus emerged and wiped out the male population except for him and 4 other immune men who were similarly frozen, and they are obligated to have children to save humanity from extinction. In disbelief, Ryudo goes outside and is quickly attacked by lust-crazed women until he is rescued. His sister Maharu, who is now a teenager, arrives and explains that their brother Ryu contracted the virus and had to be frozen to save his life. She also reveals that his childhood friend Alyssa Takabana went missing 3 years ago. Kyoji Hino, one of the immune men, enjoys his new life and sleeps with the actress Rina Kitayama. After Ryudo, Maharu, and Mira have a meal, Ryudo runs into Hino, who mocks him for his hesitancy. Akane Ryuzaji later ambushes Ryudo in the shower and attempts to seduce him, but he faints and is carried to his room. He reluctantly sleeps platonically with Akane and Sui Yamada, as Mira changed her mind and assigned them to him. The next day, Ryudo, Mira, Akane, and Sui examine Alyssa's old laboratory for clues when they get attacked by an escaped bear. But Sui knocks it out. When he learns Alyssa was working on a cure for the MK virus, Ryudo decides to finish her work and appears on the news to relay his goal. In 2040, Shota Doi is tormented by the bully Takamatsu, his girlfriend Erika, and his gang, and his only allies are his sister Mayu and his teacher Yuzuki Hanyu. He contracts an illness and is frozen, growing resentful when his classmates do not care and walk out during his goodbye speech. 5 years later, he is cured and revived by Karen Kamiya, who explains about the MK virus and that Mayu went missing. He resumes class in his old school and reunites with Yuzuki, who seduces him. He starts to bond with other girls, but gets injured by a stray volleyball. She says Shota and the girls do not know about Hino and Ryudo, so they think Shota is the last man on Earth. As such, they will use them as pawns in their scheme to take over the world. Shota has been sleeping with Yuzuki every day. 1 week later, Karen drags him to swimming class. Natsu Akijo is later assigned to be his temporary roommate. After Shota helps her get dressed, she confesses that her father gave her an arranged marriage to a much older man until they were both killed by the MK virus. She then seduces him. Meanwhile, Ryudo is working on the cure when Mira informs him that Maharu works at a refugee shelter. However, she warns him that if others find out Maharu is his sister, she may be endangered. Ryudo meets Hino, who reveals he had impregnated one of his girls. He confronts Karen and demands answers. She takes him before the class and says she reopened his old school to make him comfortable so he would mate and repopulate the planet. All the girls then strip naked before him. The council says that since Ryudo refuses to mate, Mira is useless and will be removed from her post. Ryudo has a month to make the cure before he must mate. Meanwhile, Mira is fired as Ryudo's attendant, even though she is allowed to stay, and is replaced by Ria Katajiri, who appears hostile towards him. Additionally, Ryudo is partnered with the shy virologist Maria Kuroda. The group then travels to Kamen City, where the MK virus emerged, to interview Taniguchi, the hospitalized widow of the virus' first victim. Ryudo reluctantly bathes with the girls in a hot spring. Taniguchi refuses to cooperate and mocks Ryudo for not mating. Ryudo, Sui, and Maria investigate the abandoned hospital where the first victim was treated, but do not find anything. Akane deduces that Taniguchi was poisoned and suspects Ria. Ria rescues her sister from being raped by another girl. Ryudo scans the photo and finds incomplete blueprints to the MK virus design. Akane and Maria later warn him that people working on the cure have been disappearing. Meanwhile, bored with his harem, Hino spots Maharu and chooses her as his next bed partner. Ria then confesses her love to Mira, but is rejected. As Ryudo passes out rations, a sniper attempts to kill him, but is stopped by Ria's sister. Later, the class draw lots to choose his new roommate. Rika Yanagi wins, but he runs away to the teacher's lounge because she resembles Erika. Shunka Hiragi walks in and bonds with him by revealing she also used to be bullied. She then seduces him. Rika complains it was supposed to be her turn and fights Shunka, so Shota runs away again. He calls Yuzuki but gets no answer. Akira Tadu, the one who hit him with the volleyball, apologizes and seduces him. Karen makes a new arrangement where a girl will be assigned as his servant daily. Over the next few days, he becomes much more sexually aggressive with the girls. One day, Shinashino, one of the girls who regularly ignored him when he was bullied, transfers in, shocking him. Shin asks several people for help, but the girls refuse due to her age. Karen explains Shin tried to become an actress, but due to the MK virus, she can only get a role if she mates with Shota. Still angry about her ignoring him, he humiliates her by forcing her to come to class in her underwear before he mates with her in public. Afterwards, Shota asks Karen to find someone and bring her to him. Meanwhile, Ryudo's group speculates the abandoned hospital is where the virus originated. Karen delivers Erika in chains where a vindictive Shota forces her to lick him. Karen tells the girls to compete to become Shota's main wife. Ikijo and Akira seduce him in the swimming pool. American mercenaries led by Ms. Pope and Ms. Mansfield seek to acquire Ryudo. A girl in Shota's class is contacted by Alyssa, who tells her to start their plan. Shota is seduced by several girls in the girls' bath and then starts sleeping with them in various places. Ryudo's group explores the abandoned hospital where Sui accidentally breaks a wall to reveal an air duct. They crawl through it and fall into an underground laboratory. The people inside try to kill them, but are killed in turn by the mercenaries led by Chloe, aka Ms. Mansfield. They find a time bomb and are forced to escape in a helicopter as the lab is destroyed. Ms. Pope meets the council and arrests them after deducing the MK virus was created under their orders. Chloe reveals Alyssa is a member of a terrorist group, shocking Ryudo. As Shota sleeps with several girls at once, Shin attempts to escape the school, but is apprehended by Karen. Shota returns to his room and takes pity on a sleeping Erika, covering her with a blanket. Suddenly, the school is rocked by explosions. Ryudo's group sees the explosions while Chloe is informed terrorists have kidnapped a man. Shota wakes up in the hospital where Karen explains terrorists tried and failed to kidnap him. She is surprised that he shielded Erika and reveals there are other men out there. He asks her why she does not sleep with him and she says she wants to rule the world. He agrees to help her. Alyssa's terrorists abducted a man in stasis, Zenkainbuchi. Chloe's group takes over Japan and orders Hino to stop mating until the terrorists are dealt with. He agrees, but is angered when Chloe separates him from his girls. Akane reveals Kahara and the other council members will be put on trial for creating the MK virus, so Ryudo helps her visit her in her cell. Alyssa hacks the airwaves to reveal her group is called Izanami, who are not terrorists, but a group of rebels against the UW. They claim all the world leaders created the virus to wipe out men and create a world of only women, and that Izanami aims to save the men. They demand all the men in stasis, and those who are awake to be turned over to them. Ryudo's group decides Chloe cannot be trusted and that they must escape. They suddenly find Shota and Karen in Ryudo's room. In a flashback, Karen performed a procedure on Shota to make him slightly older and no longer need glasses. Back in the present, they meet Chloe and bring Shota's girls with them, briefly reuniting Maria with her little sister, Chifuyu. Meanwhile, Ryudo meets Mira and urges her to escape with them, but she will only agree if he mates with her, which he refuses. Suddenly, Ms. Pope arrests them, Akane and Sui, saying they will be taken to America. But Ria and Maria knock her out and they escape to Maharu's shelter. Shota and Karen make a deal with Chloe to allow Shota to keep mating and make Karen the ruler of Japan. Ryudo's group gets on a ship owned by Izanami that is headed to Taiwan, but Ria and Mira stay behind and are arrested. Hino calls Ryudo and wishes him luck, but he will not leave his girls, whom Chloe imprisoned, behind. Chloe has Ms. Pope stripped and whipped for her failure, saying she will wipe out all men. After Shota sleeps with his girls, he spots the imprisoned Renée and chooses her as his next conquest. The ship lands where Ryudo finally reunites with Alyssa.